Welcome back. Today I am joined by Beth Perak, and she is here on behalf of Thrive. Well, Beth, thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today?
Just great, thank you.
Good, good. So we've talked in the past about Thrive, and we've had several guests on that participate in Thrive. But it's been a while, so why don't we go ahead and have you just give us a brief background on what Thrive is and how it started?
Good, good. Okay, Thrive started with this book, Humans of New York. And I saw something on television about it and brought it to the Media and Communications Committee. And that was at least 6 years ago. And the chair of that committee said, "Oh, okay, Beth, you think that would be good to highlight wonderful things that we do here in Laguna Woods Village." And I said, yes, this fellow took pictures and wrote little brief stories about how people live and thrive in New York City. And I'd like to highlight how we live and thrive here in Laguna Woods Village. And so he said, okay, that's your committee, go. And so there's been it's not a big committee, but a small committee working on this since then. Actually, Paul Ortiz and I are the two who have remained on it throughout. We're just plugging in there and believing it. Anyway, so where we are now with Thrive is we are looking at doing a project, and the project would be a project a year. Last year we did the Centenarian project, and that was about the people here that are over 100 years old and are thriving, living in Laguna Woods Village. And that was a fabulous project, and we're so happy with the interviews and the people and the how it came out, and just we were thrilled. And then what are we going to do this year? And so Anaheim has become the city of kindness under their mayor at the time, Tom Tate. He started a city of kindness, and it was the whole year of kindness. And Tom, thankfully, Eileen Pollan was able to know him and bring him in to talk with us and give us ideas of how we could put together a year of kindness for 2020. And so we did, and that started in January. So we started putting everything together in January, thinking about it, and February did a couple things, and then boom, guess what happened? COVID happened. So we're looking at it a little bit differently. Yeah, I think it hit everybody, right?
Yeah.
So we did have some ammunition in hand to work with this year, because the volunteer luncheon, I think that was in December, there was an announcement that I believe that Brian Gruner gave that talked about Thrive, and then at each table there were index cards for folks to write out short few sentences about an act of kindness, and that's unconditional act of kindness that they had done for them or that they did for another person, recently or here in Laguna Woods. And we received a stack about this high. I mean, it was amazing, the number of stories that we had, and we've been using those. They've been used. Communications department has used those in a number of publications. We've used those. You see the videos, the short videos that are on TV6 and the little stories. Those are from there. And as a matter of fact, in last week's Globe, there was an article, Gathering Stories of Kindness was the title. And if you could please send in stories of kindness, so we would be able to put them on TV, put them on a poster, write them up in a story, do something to get the word out about kindness, acts of kindness here in Laguna Woods Village. Mm-hmm. So that's where we are right now. Laguna Woods Village, a community of kindness, and we're trying in a number of different ways, even though we're hindered with communication, safe distance, and all of the things we need to be aware of.
Right, but I think what's been happening because of the situation that we're in is it's forcing us to communicate even more because you have no choice but to look at somebody now face to face via Zoom or pick up the phone and make a phone call and talk to somebody maybe that you haven't seen for a while or even on passing on the street. So it kind of forces us to do a lot of different things than we're used to. So the nice thing that you mentioned is that you can do it through Village Television. You can do it through the Globe. And then, of course, the Village Breeze has articles on kindness as well. And I know you mentioned that there was one that was in this upcoming one, August and September.
Right, right. And yes, August, September. No, the June, July issue, there's a whole article about Laguna Woods Village, a community of kindness. And it has the website printed there. So you can read the story in the last edition of the Breeze.
Oh, okay, good. And then now you said that, so obviously the Video Club and Camera Club, you are doing things with them. What are you doing besides Village Television with them? What other things?
Okay, so the Video Club videos interviews for television,
Right.
and they have put together the 30-second shots that you see. We're calling them the calming shots, and you see a walkway. I don't think you even see people walking. You see a walkway, and then there's a quote that's one of those quotes of a kindness that happened to a person here in the village.
Okay. Sometimes you could think that's kind of a subliminal type of thing.
Right. It's there. It's
Yeah,
just
really-
really meditative and nice. And we want it to be that way too. We want it to become a part of the village.
I like that. I think that's a great idea. And then, of course, here we've been doing some things with you. I mean, this is the first time we've actually had an interview in a while with someone from Thrive because we just haven't been able to get together. So I'm glad that you're able to shed some light on what's going on. The Peace Pole project. I know that was coming up, right?
That is coming up. Before I tell you Peace Pole, know that Cindy Whitney's program has wonderful things that are really related to the Year of Kindness, and Scott Marvel's things that he puts up are so very linked into people thriving here in the village. So we have lots of that going on, and we have lots Video Club, Camera Club. So we have lots of pictures around the community, especially that Joel and let's see who else. Mark Rabinovich is on the Thrive team, and he has put together some beautiful ones and put together some posters that we are putting up around the village. So any way that we can, thrive on communication to get people to thrive. So yeah, so reaching out in a lot of different ways. So the Peace Pole project is not our project, but we will be working. In fact, Cindy Whitney is our Thrive representative on that. And that's one of the things that we will be working on. Communication, caring about people, kindness, and the Peace Pole project is certainly very much a part of that. And as a matter of fact, that reminds me that we have worked really closely with recreation through the years, and we've been able to work with different projects that they've done and have a table at different projects. This year we were going to be at the Health and Wellness Fair. Well, guess what? With COVID, we're not doing that, but at least we will be able to do the Peace Pole. So that's good.
Okay. Now, I think you mentioned something about, so you mentioned Brian Gruner and Recreation. Are you going to be working with them on sharing links of some kind?
Any way that we can share with Recreation and link up with them and get the message out about that Laguna Woods Village is a community of kindness, we do. Brian is on the Thrive committee, as well as Paul, as well as Eileen. So we've got 3 members of VMS, and so we're just blessed to have them working with us. And Mark, I think, is a member of VMS also, so he's also on the team. Really, really blessed to have them.
That sounds great. Sometimes it just takes a few people to just get the ball rolling, and eventually it'll take hold and everyone will be able to participate. And
Absolutely.
speaking of that, how would you like people to participate right now? I mean, if you would like the community to, work with you, what do you want them to do?
Okay, so what I would like to say at the very end of this interview is that it doesn't have to be something really big and huge. It could be something little, like, as Tom Tate says, front porch behaviors. So just as if you're sitting on your front porch back east and somebody's walking by, say hi, wave, give a smile to people. Well, with a mask on, that's going to be hi. wave to the person. And then, as you see and are involved in acts of kindness here in the village, would you please just write it up, just a little quick few sentences, and send it to us? And where you would send it to is our website, and the website is thriveinthevillage.com. So it's all one word, thriveinthevillage.com.
Right. So you have a website. So on the website, is there some place for them to click an email to be able to email that to you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Good. And I assume that your website has information regarding what you're all about, what you guys are planning to do, and other links as well.
Our website, yes, it does. It is I need to say it's a growing website being worked on, so it's a small group of hard workers. So
Right. Well, good. Well, like I mentioned, you guys have kept the ball rolling for some time. It's finally starting to take hold, and I'm very happy for you, and I think that's awesome.
Thank you. And I hope we gather many, many stories.
Absolutely. Well, when you guys get those stories, we'll look for them in all of the publications, and then of course always share them here on Village Television.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it.
All right, Beth, it was very nice talking with you. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
And we'll be right back after this.